Steve, I know the way everyone feels about Mike Evans down in Tampa. You know, that's a first ballot Hall of Famer right there. But his running mate is just maybe one of the most underrated twos in the NFL, and Chris Godwin, and he went bananas against the Saints. He goes 11 for 125, 2 touchdowns. He leads the NFL with 43 catches. He is so consistent, Steve. And this is what I want to get into in the type of player he is, because it's just the same every game. He's going to have at least 5 catches. He's going to have at least 50 yards every single game. He's probably going above those. But like the consistency of Chris Godwin, he's a different player than when we talked about with Zay Flowers. But what do you like about his game? Because I love this position so much, and I know that's why you know so much about it. Different guys can have different skill sets and both create success at this spot.
Well, coming out of college at Penn State, he was 4'2". Right, he's 208 pounds, 6'1". But what's crazy about it is, with that speed, you naturally want to put him on the outside. And originally, when he was first drafted with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he was on the outside. But I don't know who, and I don't know how they figured it out. But when they started figuring out where to put him in alignment, that's where things started to make him extremely special. And what do I mean by that is, back in 2019, 63% of the time in the slot. Then in 2021, 70%. 2022, 72%. 2023, last year, he played more outside 62% of the time, only 37% of the time. But now he's back to where he does his work 61% of the time and 38.9, which is pretty much 40%. But here's the thing that in totality that makes him very impressive. It's not his targets. It's not his make guys miss tackles. He doesn't make guys miss a lot of tackles. 29 first downs. But his yards after the catch, 332. So right now, numbers may be off a little bit, but I know people are going to tell me if I'm wrong, so that's fine. But he has roughly 7,200 yards. 3,116 of his career 7,200 receiving yards. 3,116 yards of that is yak. 43% of all of his business is after the catch. He doesn't look like it, but bro, he is not easily to take down.
No.
He doesn't make a guy miss. He just either runs by you or he'll try to run you over, and then another guy comes, and then another guy's holding on for dear life. Hey, come help me. Just special, man. And putting him in a slot, condensed formation, they put him in motion. He'll come up block. He'll insert, block D linemen, block linebackers. Just a well-rounded wide receiver with speed. But then he could just ball, bro. Wow.
He really can. I was talking. I texted a DB coach, and I was just like, so what makes Chris Godwin so good in your eyes when you've gone against him, had to try to stop him, right? And this was kind of the vibe. It was like he changes speeds really well. He's got really good body strength. He just understands really well how to navigate zones and win leverage versus man. Like, he just has a great feel for that. Because it's like you said, it's not like he's creating a ton of separation. He's just got a great feel for how he's going to go about his route.
And they do a good job of allowing him to have that feel. And he runs routes in the middle of the field like a tight end, meaning he understands where to sit. Like, he'll run his route, wrap around the linebacker, and then he settles in. He doesn't keep running blindly. He settles in and makes himself what they call friendly to the quarterback. And that's a innate ability that not everybody has. I was a runner. So I blew through stop signs, hazard, caution. Yeah. He sees that and he says, hey, yellow means slow down there, buddy. And that's what he does.
He slows down there, buddy. Yeah, it was like he finds angles, right? And the other part you're saying, Steve, in these spots, he catches everything that's contested. Like he snatches everything that's contested, and that's a big part of it. And so before we move on, what makes a good yak receiver? Like, we're seeing a couple of them right now, and obviously there's some similarities in some of them, but some of them are different. Him and Jamar Chase are insane after the catch, but they're bigger dudes. What makes a good yak receiver in your mind?
What makes a good yak receiver has to do with a guy knows where he's going while he's actually running a route. So he's running a route, catches it, and his mind is already telling him, all right, I remember the linebacker and the safety was here. This is cover 6 buzz. This is 4, where's quarter. So I'm sitting in a zone, catch it, go upfield. He doesn't have a lot of
Oh, he gets
wasted
vertical quick,
movement.
Steve.
He gets vertical quick and quick. And that's what I say, like when I talk to young guys and I say, look, when you catch the ball, don't take bricks off the house. Put it on there. So bang, catch it, go forward. And that's what he does extremely well.
It's awesome. He's been fun to watch, man. Really, really underrated dude.